What's up, guys? Duster McDangle's back here with another video, and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to be going over game number 4 between the Boston Bruins and Florida Panthers, as with my recap and predictions for game number 5. But before we do get into today's episode, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new to it, and if you have been enjoying the series, as well as if you want to help the channel out, be sure to drop a like on this video. It really does help push the channel out and grow it even more, guys, and I do appreciate all the love and support you guys have been showing over the past few videos. But getting into this episode, guys, what a game it was. It was pretty tightly contested, I'd say, in the second period. A lot of chances going both ways when you look at the team stats on your screen. Right now, Florida Panthers 44 shots to the Bruins 31, heavily outshot, 64% on the faceoff for Bruins. Power plays 2 for 4 for the Bruins, 1 for 4 for the Panthers. Hits 36-30 in favor of the Bruins. Blocks 25-16, massive advantage for the Bruins. And then giveaways only 9-8 in favor of the Bruins. And I would say this was the Jake DeBrusk, Taylor Hall show here today. They really performed well. Tyler Bertuzzi also getting involved once again in this series. But man, oh man, Taylor Hall had himself a day. 4 points, 2 goals, 2 assists. He was a +3, 4 shots on goal, only 15 minutes of ice time, and he has 4 points. That's pretty crazy. DeBrusk, 2 goals for him. Bertuzzi, 1-1. Zacha, 2 assists. Foligno, 1 assist. Pasternak was kept quiet, but the depth players did step up for the Bruins. Marchand was able to get his 3rd of the playoffs, and on the back end, Orlov and Carlo. Orlov was involved with that tic-tac-toe play for that beautiful goal that the Bruins did score, and Swayman was perfect. Swayman. Oh, yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Swayman. I was like, Olmark was pretty good today. 41 out of 43 shots. Stopped very good for a .953 save percentage. Overall, again, first 2 periods, very, very back and forth. The Panthers had a ton of chances, but Olmark really stood on his head today, literally using his head today. That one save in the first period was pretty nuts with that little slide over and sort of lunge with the head. It was pretty sweet, but the Bruins in the 3rd period broke away from the Panthers, and they did not have an answer for them. Looking now at the Panthers' stat lines, Eric Stahl, -2. Cousins, -2. Let's see here. Kachuk, 14 penalty minutes, 6 shots on goal, 4 hits, 1 block, 1 giveaway, 1941 worth of ice time. Barkov kept off the score sheet. No goals, no assists. Kachuk also did have that pretty sweet between the legs goal there on the side of the net. Pretty nifty there to try to keep the Panthers in it, but unable to really do so. On the back end, Montour did have 2 assists on the day, so he kind of got into the action, but not good enough. Bobrovsky honestly played very well. It's just at the end of the game, the Bruins were able to find the back of the net, and there wasn't really too much he could do about it. 25 out of 30 shots saved for an .833 save percentage. Overall, I thought the Panthers played a very solid game up until the 3rd period, where, again, they just really couldn't handle the Bruins' pressure and creativity with all their passing. And I'd say the last 2 goals weren't really anything anyone could do about it. Taylor Hall, nice little breakaway shimmy shake on Bobrovsky, and he also got the empty netter as well. But if the Panthers want to do something in this series, they need to find a way to stop the Bruins from scoring goals. I mean, you could say that about any team in any game, obviously, that you're trying to win. The Bruins still without Bergeron, so the Panthers really not taking full advantage of that, as well as Krejci also did not play today, but on the other hand, they really didn't need him, as they were able to produce without him and Bergeron on the ice. So going to be interesting to see what the Panthers do in the next game, if they make any lineup changes and or shake some lines up to get something going, because they're going back to Boston down 3-1. Bruins with a chance for the gentleman's sweep, with a 4-1 potential series finish on its way to get a little bit of rest before the next round. Or do the Panthers extend this yet again, another game back in Sunrise, Florida? Who knows? My prediction for the next game, if I had to put money on it, would be the Bruins win in Boston. There's no way that they go back down to Florida for at least a business trip, not to have fun. but a business trip. I think they'll get it done in Boston. I expect another high-scoring game with their creativity and their offense that they can get from their defense with Orlov, who's been absolutely amazing for them so far these playoffs. McAvoy's been in it. Lindholm a little quiet today, but he was a +2 on the day, and they did put in Grzelcyk today. I thought that was a very, very smart move, a good puck-moving defenseman. He only played 11-25, but very, very good there. I expect the Bruins to have a pretty similar lineup, if not the same lineup, for Game 5. And at this point, it's a matter of if the Panthers can stop the Bruins, and I really don't think they can. So I will predict a, what was the final today? 6-2. I'll predict a 4-2 final for Game 5 for the Boston Bruins to get it done against the Florida Panthers to close out the series in Game 5. But that's it. That's really it for this episode here today, guys. Drop some comments down below of what you thought of game number 4, as well as your predictions, X factors, and anything else you expect in Game 5. Drop a like on this video if you guys did enjoy it. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But again, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys have a good one, and as always, stay dusty.